This is Lesson 6, Activity 1, Finding a Center of Rotation. So what you're supposed to do is locate the center of rotation to take figure P to figure P prime after a 90-degree rotation in the counterclockwise direction. So it actually does raise the issue of what's the information that you need to think about rotations. And you need to know the center of rotation, so they're not telling you that in this case. They're asking you to find the center of rotation. You need to know the angle, and the angle is 90 degrees. So a 90-degree angle is a right angle. So if you went from a line segment that went horizontally this way, a 90-degree angle would turn it 90 degrees up, and then it would go vertically. So that's 90 degrees. So this is a 90-degree angle as it rotates from here around to here. And the direction, and they tell you it's counterclockwise, so the opposite direction of the way a clock moves. So it moves in this direction. So where's the center of rotation? If you're going to take P, and you just look at the letter for a moment, from this P to this P in a counterclockwise direction, 90 degrees. And so you have to look out here, and you kind of find the halfway point. You're supposed to reason through. And so we're going to reason through a little bit, but then we're going to just find it systematically the way that we have before. But if you look halfway between here, and then you draw a line and just kind of visualize, when is it going to be that you swing this around and that P is going to land here? And you just keep thinking about it a little bit. If you went way down here, then it would bring this point, for example, way over here somewhere. So this is too far down, and it's actually hard for me to reason through it and get some idea. But let's go through how you find the center of rotation once again. So you draw a line between the corresponding points. So for example, these 2 points are corresponding points on the two figures. The point of this image right here this is part of a square. This is the same part of that square. So these are corresponding points. So you connect them with a line segment. And then what's the midpoint between them? Well, this is kind of nice because that midpoint is right there. Now you can practice in Doceri, proving to yourself that Doceri can help you find the midpoint. If you draw a line segment out here somewhere and you just bring that line segment close to this line segment and just kind of go down here, it will snap to that point right there. So then you know where the midpoint of that line segment is. And then you draw a line that's perpendicular to this line at that midpoint. Well, 90 degrees is the diagonal. It's going from here to here. And it looks like this is going to be the center of rotation right here. You could keep going and test down here and test down here. So it could be one of these 3 points. And let's narrow it down and see if it's this point right here. So you draw that line segment. So then you do that again. You find 2 more corresponding points, draw a line segment between them, and what's the find the midpoint and draw a perpendicular line from those midpoints. So these 2 points are corresponding points. Now this is not a good choice because the midpoint's right here, and again you can use Doceri to prove that to yourself. And then a 90-degree angle goes in this direction. It's also the diagonal. Well, you don't know if it's intersecting here, here, here. It intersects actually all the way down all those. So you need something coming at a different angle. So if you pick this point and find the midpoint, that midpoint is actually right here. And then you draw a 90-degree angle. Now it's going to tell you where the center of rotation is because it's going to intersect at this point down here. So this in fact is the center of rotation. And you can do that one more time with the last 2 points that correspond, and those points are actually a line from the midpoint is actually parallel line segment connecting them is actually parallel with this one. So it's this line segment right here. And the midpoint is right here once again. And again, you can use Doceri to prove that to yourself. And a line segment that intersects, it's going to intersect all the way down, but it intersects with these line segments right here at this point. So this is the center of rotation right there. So that's lesson 6, activity 1, finding a center of rotation.